Welcome back to another episode of EDC with me, and I'm giving you a update video on my self-defense carry, which happens to be the Ruger 2-stage by CRKT. And yeah, this has been great. I had to make a couple modifications to it. I sort of covered this. I'm still working on it, but basically the edges of this aluminum scale were pretty sharp. So still working on it. You can see I got a little wear in here already. This thing is great. So great that I have basically abandoned my fixed blade, which I am a huge fan of fixed blades for self-defense just because there's less moving parts. But as you can see here, the new guy is quite a bit larger, which I like. Again, for self-defense purposes, the serrations, I think they're called viscerations, and then the tanto type blade point for piercing. I find these attributes of this, and again the size, to be beneficial. Also, two other reasons why I like this. The overall size when it's not in use is much smaller, which is great. So it's a larger knife, but smaller when I carry. And then also from a self-defense standpoint, on the back here, you've got this, what I imagine is going to be called a glass breaker, or maybe just a lanyard hole. But for me, this is just simply another way to defend yourself. Especially if you're trying to not necessarily, I don't know, stab somebody. If you're just trying to deter someone, this is a great incentive here to stop, or to stop someone. Also, if it does break glass, that's great. It makes it more of a versatile tool for me to have on at all times. So yeah, so just an update. This is great. Carries real well, even though it is quite heavy. I think it's 8 or 9 ounces, which is pretty much double the weight from what I normally would carry for a folding pocket knife. The other thing I wanted to say, so I spent $40 on this when I bought it. I looked again, and I don't know if this is a Amazon algorithm or what, but when I looked again, this bad boy was down to $28. So, what did I do? Bought number 2, because why not? This one's unused at the moment, so you can see I haven't done any kind of customizing to make these edges a little bit more palatable in the hand. I do want to say the second one I got came more centered, and it actually deploys way better, and it drops shut semi. This isn't on bearings, I believe it's just washers. This thing flies open though. Hard to get on the camera because it's so large, but for that big of a blade, non-assisted, it's great. I love the action on this one, so I'm very happy about that. I will just put it away and store it. We'll see if, hopefully I don't need it as a replacement. Hopefully I'm able to hang onto it in storage for a long time and use this guy, run this guy into the ground, or if I do eventually lose it, then I'll switch over to my backup. But yeah, that's, I just want to say, I'm not trying to sell this or anything, but Amazon now, $28. I think I heard on Blade HQ it's also down to maybe $25, $29. Highly recommend this knife as a self-defense knife or as a working knife. I really am having a hard time seeing this thing failing at most tasks. So yeah, that's kind of my updated thoughts. This is my main carry now. I'll continue to give updates as I see them appropriate. I'm going to customize this a little bit more so it's a little easier to handle, but for the time being, that's where we're at, folks. Thanks for watching.